Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. That's why I didn't want to do this too much, because it gets a little bit tedious after a while. The other thing I wanted to say was I've had a message or two, and I've sort of been getting this impression from comments as well, that although several of you do like me, like asking questions to viewers, and you'd like to be able to sort of have influence in how a series develops, what things happen and so on. I've been getting messages from a few people, and quite more so lately, that while that's good, you'd actually prefer me not to do it too much, because there's answers generally are quite predictable. People will want certain things and people will want to avoid certain things, and a lot of you have contacted me to say, well, actually what you prefer is for me to just run each series exactly how I want to play. Don't ask for any input whatsoever and run the series how I want to run it. So, in the name of asking everybody what you want and whether or not I should do it, I'm going to ask that about this one. The Rizu Forest, I am doing that exactly how I want to do it. I'm not taking any input from that one. I think I have asked a few preliminary questions about what people might want to see on there, but I am now just going to do that series how I want to do it. It's a mess around series for the most part. Plus, I'm building a large town, and I've got ideas of how I want that town to work out, and so I'm going to do it my way. It'll be Frank Sinatra. I'm not actually going to sing I Did It My Way. I'm not going to subject you to that. If you want to see that, go and watch the movie Sing, and see the mouse singing I Did It My Way, because that is epic. He's like swinging on the microphone, singing it and everything. It is awesome. That's a fantastic film. Absolutely fantastic film. So, yeah, if you want to see that, then go and watch Sing. You won't see it from me. There is a bale count mod, but I forgot to enable it on this map, I think. I don't see it here anyway. So we don't have a bale count on this one. We've got the bales that I've done this session, but I'd already done some bales in the last session, so we won't be able to fully get an idea of it until we've got them all stacked up. Let's see how many that we've got. So anyway, the Rizu Forest, I'm doing it my way, and I'm not doing a Frank Sinatra solo. But this next series, the Calmlands series, I've got some targets and so on I'm going to do for this one. I'm working towards it as quickly as I can, and then we're going to move. I'm very well aware of the fact that people do prefer modded maps over the base game maps, and so I am wrapping this series up as quickly as I can so that we can move to the Calmlands modded map, and we will take it from there. And with the hardcore, we're going to build up our whole farm from scratch. I'm going to introduce a couple of little rules for playing, such as all machinery has to be stored in a shed, things like that. These are rules that I'm actually asking you about, whether or not you think I should be storing all machinery in a shed. I personally do. I think that could be an interesting restriction to impose upon gameplay. Haven't really got any targets that I want for the whole map. I just want to build a farm. So I'm not going to limit myself to anything or set myself any specific targets. I'm just going to go for it and have some fun. But playing hardcore, so mostly kind of realistic. With the more unrealistic mods, we won't be delving into those. And I'll be leaving loans, and we're playing on hard economy setting, stuff like that. So because so many people have been saying you'd like me to just play the next series for me and not ask questions, not ask how people want it to go, and as we progress through, I'm going to ask you now, is that what you want me to do with the next series? I want to get an idea of if that's how you want to see things. Because the Rizu Forest, I'm doing it like that anyway. And the time-lapse series, I'm doing it like that anyway. So this would be the only series where you would have a significant amount of input if you wanted it. Otherwise, if you say no now, if more people say no than yes, then I will do this one entirely my own way, and yeah, I'll listen to comments and feedback and so on, but I'm not going to ask specific questions and let myself be guided by that, like I have done with this series and with also some things on some of the other series as well. So get in the comment section and tell me if you want to have complete control over the next project. Well, not complete control, but a significant amount of control over the next project, or if you'd like me to attempt to do things 100% my own way without listening to too much guidance from other people. It could be an interesting thing to do. On the other hand, it could end up backfiring massively and be the worst thing you have ever seen. So it's all going to be your fault. Whatever happens, it'll all be your fault. Because I'm asking you, I can blame you all if it goes horribly wrong. See? This is my dastardly plan. This is how I'm going to do things. Right. Bring that one up over there and bring you around. We got 2 more lines to do. We're very nearly almost done, and then we need to do the wrapping, and then we can clear the fields, and then we need to, well, we just need to roll the fields. That's all that we're going to need to do, is we just need to roll it. We've got a roller, and what I can do is I can actually start that going sooner rather than later. We will do a bit of wrapping. We're going to clear this. We get the roller onto the tractor, and we'll be able to like go round the outside edge of the field, and we'll be able to do that like twice, I should think. And then once we've done that, we can then start go back to doing the wrapping while the tractor and roller just work their way up and down the fields, merrily rolling away without any problems at all. I'm wondering, I was pausing there. I'm just wondering if I should like draw a track around the outside edge of the field like I did with the wheat field, so that we have a boundary set out, because if we don't, that might end up confusing the tractor. There is an easy way for us to find out. We'll go and hitch on the tractor a sec, and then we can see what it'll do. Because the roller wasn't working previously. So let's just stop that one a second. We've got one little bit left to go, which we're not going to worry about. And we'll fold this one up. I know that we should... Well, look. Got the sound. That sounds fantastic. Yeah, we need to do that while it's standing still, because you are actually... That's not something that's being done with any kind of hydraulics. You're stood beside the machine, taking the pins out and then sticking them into the bar at the front and putting the pins back in. I know this because I've done it. And I actually really like... there's something really cool about assembling the rake when you get to the new field and so on. I've always really enjoyed that. I don't know why. I've never been able to explain why I really like doing that. I just do. It's just one of those things. It just is. Don't question it, just accept it. That's all I can say on the subject is don't question it, just accept it. Let's run down here, and we will drop that one off there, like that. Let's back it up a little bit. Right. That one's going to go there. Then we're going to drive back up, and we're going to go and get the grass roller on. It should be working now. Didn't work previously, as it had broken down horribly. Grass rolling in general just didn't work on his map, but with the last big game patch, the 1.3, they fixed that issue. And we do have, though, 1.4 has come out, but there are some issues. I think there's a hotfix coming out today to sort out the issues. Apparently, if you have any scripted mods, mods like... Yeah, see? Rolling out all that grass. That's working properly now. That's how it should be working. That's what it should be doing. Yeah, the... Was it mods like... the extra lights, that's one of them. And it's scripted mods, there's a few of them. Extra lights. What other ones is it? There was a few that I use. I think maybe the lumberjack one is causing people issues. And there's some others as well that are causing people issues. And they're just not working. But apparently Giants are throwing out a hotfix to deal with the issue. Sometime, I think it's today. I think it is actually coming out today. Right, if I go here, that's going to work fine, but it'll only go to there because that's where the edge of the land is. That's where the edge of the ploughed land is. But what it's going to do is it turns around. It does turn around in quite a big loop. We've got a nice wide roller here at least. And then it'll go back onto there, and then it'll go and do the other bit. But I think what it's going to do is it's going to carry right on there past the edge of the bit of field that we've got. Yeah, see, it's just going to carry right on. So we don't want it to do that. We don't want it to keep going like that. And if we have a look in here, there, and there. Right, technically it needs ploughing and it needs lime up on this field, but we can see the little bit that it's done right there. I'm going to need to do something around the edge of this in order to mark it as a separate field. I don't need to worry about it up here. And I'll mark it there. And then on that side, we've got a fence there anyway, so we don't need to worry about that either. So it's just going to be there, I think. Where the tractor, basically where the tractor is right now. So what we can do is if I reverse that one back over here out of the way. Like that. Let's just shut that one off a second. Go to construction and landscaping and painting. Let's just go with a dirt track like that. So we've got it the same as this one. And do like a double piece of track like that. I'll just run it up like that. And then this sort of came down around here. So I'll do it like that. I'm not going to worry about this bit over here. I'm just going to do this as a track like this. And we will manually go round the field in a minute. And do the outer edge. Now, I don't really need to worry about it over against here either. We could leave all of that. So, I mean, if I do my track just kind of up to here, I was thinking about leaving the bales stacked up over that way anyway. And by doing this, what I'm hoping is the roller doesn't head off towards this field down here. I want to keep these two fields separate. So if I bring that up there like that, and then that's the only grass option we've got on this map. This is there are a number of different options that you have for the maps, but I do find it disappointing that we've only got these options for painting. I just don't understand why the different options for painting are removed from the maps. Like, why? What possible advantage could that be? Removing those options for doing the painting. Doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Right, I'll do a bit over there and like that. There. I think we'll just go with that. I know I've sort of pushed that back a little bit, so it's just green on the edges, but I think that'll be fine. So that one can stay parked there for a second, and we'll clear a few more bales, and then we will go back to it and see about starting it up again. It should be a big enough gap in between the two. We're going to want to remove some bales. So let's first of all finish this little job. Like this. Just got this one final line to go and do, and then as soon as we've done that, we may not even... Okay, we should get one last bale out of this. We might not. Oh yeah, we will. As we get one last bale out of this, and there'll be a little tiny bit left over, which we will bale up, and then once we've done that, we can rush off and get the wrapper and start clearing some of those bales out of the way. So there is the last bale. That means in this session we have... That's not the one I want. It's that one there. This session we've done 27. Now, I've no idea how many we did before that. So there was a few. I'm just not sure how many. We went right round the edge and we did a few lines up and down, didn't we? We've probably got over 50 bales. That would be my guess, is that we've got more than 50 bales here. So that bit's done. I need to rush off now and get the bale wrapper and bring that one up. And I'm going to wrap some of these bales on the lower side. I did say about driving all the way around the field with the roller, but I'm not actually going to do that. I'm just going to set the hired help going with it as it is. Just leave it right there, and we'll see how it gets on. So I want to come down here like this. Actually, I want to put this baler down here a little bit further. It's going to go there. A bit more out of the way. So I don't want to be in the way of the combine for when we want to take that one out. So we just unhitch there, and I rather like how it slowly unhitches that one. It's a slow process to unhitch it. It's not an instant thing. It's quite cool that's a thing that I rather like about this version of the game. Is it's the way the hitching works. It does actually pick up like a lot of the mods and, well, even the base game machinery. When you go in and hitch, it's not an instant thing. It picks it up, it winds the jack up, just little things like that, just to make it a little bit more realistic. And I really like that. That's quite a cool little touch, I think. It makes a big difference to the overall effect of the game and how it feels when you're playing it. Right, let me unfold that bad boy right there. The one thing that I don't particularly like about this wrapper is that you've got to get in really close to the bale, and it does make it a bit more difficult to pick stuff up and do things with it. We missed a little bit of grass there. It's too late to do anything about that now, isn't it? Right, let's put you over here. That's fine there. I'm going to do this a couple times. We're going to grab a... I'm not going to do it with all of the bales. I'm just going to do it with a few of the ones down closer this way. So I'll get that one there a minute. Like that. I'll drag it up here. Actually, I don't even need to worry. I just want to move it up the field a bit so that we can have that roller going. And then I want to head over the other side and get the roller going over there. So let's dump you down that way. Yeah, he's alright. I'll get that bale. There. And I've got some just off the side of the map as well. So while that one there is just finishing his wrapping, let's go here to this tractor. And then bring the roller on round here like this and up there. I'm curious if this is going to work now, so we can test it out. So I press H on there and start the hired help working on through there. We have 2,500 euros. So it's left a little tiny bit of a stripe just in there, but that's nothing really. That was just where the roller came out previously. It's going to move on round, rolling everything flat as it goes. The only issue with this roller that I've actually got is that as it does move out, if you've got a funny shaped field, the action of the roller turning round and sort of doing that big loop, when the hired help goes back to it the next time, it goes to turn round, gets confused, and thinks that that's the edge of the field, and so uses that as its marker to start turning around the next time. And it can work its way across quite a big field without actually going up to the end of the field, because each time it does, it gets to sort of a little bit like that and then stops. It does it more so the other version of this concrete roller. This one here is quite wide, and there's another one that's a lot narrower than this, and I've noticed it a lot more in that one. This one here, like, it's doing it here a bit, but he's carried on because he was able to sort of read that there was a little bit of something going on the other side there, but it doesn't always do that. So this one is doing a straight line all the way up across here, which is a good thing, but we also need it to not do that for the whole lot of it. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move the hired help to down to the bottom end of the field over there, and then we'll start it working there. I'm also going to need to move all of those bales with the wrapper, so we'll do that in a minute. But before I do that bit, actually there is 2 bales I need to move straight away. Before I do that, I'm going to build the track around the edge, and that's as far as he's going to go. He's now going to start his turn. I'm not going to let him, I'm just going to stop him right there. But the way that he turns, he does that loop each time, he does actually get just about all of the grass that needs to be picked up with it. So before we do anything else, we've got that one wrapped. So I can just move that. Oops. Difficult to reverse these sometimes. It's because of the way they are. I swear some of you tell me that actually no, you find it really, really easy to reverse this one. Well, I don't. I don't have the skills that some of you have got. I don't have a very particular set of skills. A very limited amount of skills on anything. Bring this one up here like this. So I want to just quickly get those bales and wrap them, and then we can build a little bit of a track down the bottom. See, I like... This is something that I'm always conscious of when I'm doing something like this series, or, well, any series where I'm chattering away while I'm working. I like doing baling and stuff like that, and the silage is something that's quite good, but it's a job that I've got to do myself, so I can't go and do something else while I'm doing the job. I can't, like, find something else to go and do while I'm doing this, so I've got 2 choices. Either I can cut out a load of footage, I can time-lapse the footage, or I can not do as many jobs like this and try and do the jobs, you know, try and do other jobs where we can use hired help. Now, I do find workarounds on it, for the most part. There are various different workarounds that I can do to avoid having this too much of an issue. One of those workarounds I actually used in the previous in Elm Creek, when we were doing the silage on there. There is a rake which works really, really well, actually. I was quite surprised how well it worked, and it's that one. It is that one. It's that one right there. There's 2 of these, so that one's 6 meters, that one's 10 meters there. That just goes on the front of the tractor and rakes everything into a windrow, and then on the back of the tractor you put this baler. That one... Is it that one? Yes. Oh, no, it's not that. No, that baler doesn't work with it. You can't do it with that baler. There isn't a base game baler that actually does it. You need... You can't... Well, that one... those there, they don't wrap, but you could do something similar. But no, you have this one, the Vicon Fast Bale, because this one has a pre-compression chamber. So what you do is you put this one on the back, and then this one will adjust the tractor speed to the bale speed and also the wrapping speed. So that one there on the back, and you end up producing silage bales because the machine is completely adjusted it adjusts itself to the correct speed as you drive along, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you can combine those two, you've got a option there that you can do with the hired help. Baling, wrapping, everything. It's fantastic. And it's that front-mounted rake that makes that possible. Now, while I really do love that option, and I think it's absolutely fantastic, it is a bit expensive. It's 110,000 for the baler, and it's another 32,000 for that wide, what do you call machine, the rake, or 16,000 for the 6-meter one. So both options are fairly expensive, and for doing it in the hardcore series, it's going to be really, really expensive. It is still something that we could do. So we could do the mowing, and you set the mower going, and the hired help can go and do that. I'm very much about having the hired help do things, because if the hired help is doing some work, that means I'm free to jump from looking at what the hired help is doing and then move on to doing some other jobs as well, which I think keeps gameplay more interesting. If I've got to sit there and do everything myself, it makes gameplay an awful lot slower and an awful lot less interesting for you to watch, and this is not something that we want. So I also very much aware that the way I'm picking up these bales is nowhere near realistic, but at least it's fun. I'm just going to go into there, and we're going to go to construction, and we're going to go to landscaping and painting, and we just want to do a little bit around here, because I want to keep the shape of the field that we've got here going up towards that bit there. So I'm not going to do a huge amount. I'm just going to make that a bit wider, and I'm going to bring the track from the top of the woods right there, and it's going to come and skim a bit closer to the field here like this. I'll turn round, and I'm actually going to take this track all the way up to there. I'm not going to go any further with it. Really, I'd sort of thinking that maybe I should go all the way up to the top, but I'm not going to worry about that now. Especially as I do actually have to pay for this, so I'm being a bit tight with my money today. Put that down there. And push that back up there like that. Right, that should be fine there. And then on the outside edge, I'll do the same again. I'll put another line like this, which will properly mark out the edge of the field. Like that. I won't do it in under there, but I will do it here, just in case there's any field bit there. And that should be okay. At least that's what I'm hoping. So then, if I skip over to this one, I can start driving down the edge here, like this. And down the bottom here, I can set the roller. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.